So for those of you who are already here and you're going to be staying for the whole length of the class, make sure you have a mat with you. You have a pillow. If you don't have a pillow, then maybe a blanket or a shawl, something that you can support yourself with so you're able to remain a little raised. Make sure that you're comfortable and there's enough space around you and that it's a quiet place. Make sure you're able to hear me. And if you're not able to hear me, then you might want to put on wireless earphones or connect your phone to a speaker so that we're able to stay connected throughout the entire session. Does that work? So we will begin. We get onto your mat, sitting posture. You're able to hear me again. You should be loud enough. Now, if you find it difficult to sit comfortably on the floor, then you can sit with a cushion underneath your hips. Be sure to scoop yourself out on both sides. Use your hands, move your hips out. Hands to the knees. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. And fixing your gaze at a point in front of you at eye level. Gently close your eyes. Taking a few breaths to just arrive here. In this room, on the mat, in your body, and in your breath. Placing your hands by the sides, allow the palms to kiss the earth. With your eyes closed, feeling the earth with your hands. Really connecting with the Mother Earth. This space, this mat, just grounding the energy. Aware of the palms. The sensations in the palms. And from there, shifting your hands to the knees, soft elbows, long spine, soft shoulders. Notice your mind in this moment. If it is wandering, or if you're able to be in the here and now. Feel your knees in the palms of your hands. your right hand to your belly, the left hand to your heart. And connecting with the breath. This is a safe space. In this body, on your mat, in this moment, you are protected, you are supported, you are loved. It is okay to feel safe, protected, supported, and loved. Slowly bring your palms to meet in Namaste in front of the chest. We will chant Aum 3 times on the second exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Rub your palms together. Gently cupping the eyes. Blink a few times inside the hands. And slowly lower the hands. Namaste and Om Swasti Astu. I wish you health. And slowly come into a standing posture. And getting comfortable, we're going to do some free-form movement for the warm-ups. Ground your feet, stand however you want, and begin to make movements with your neck. Find what feels good for you. Keeping the arms loose. Soft, slow movements. Explore movements for yourself. No two bodies are the same. And so in this 1 hour, we give our body what it needs. Moving the shoulders. Move them the way you want to. Arms loose. And the elbows. Feel free to move in ways that you may not have moved before. And wrists. Explore movement. And making movements with the upper body, the whole upper body. And the knees. Lift your knees up, bring them close to the heart, move them away. Move. Explore. There's so much about us that we just don't know. And the ankles. Make sure to get all the directions. Notice if it feels the same on both sides of the body. Is it more difficult on one side as compared to the other? And moving with the whole body. Free your body. Leave the mat. Explore space. This is your space. Become familiar with your surroundings. Become familiar with the body. None of your movements have to make sense. And slowly come back to center. Warm? Are we warm? Are we warm enough? Alright. Let's do this. With a smile on your face and come to the top of your mat. You can choose to keep your feet together. And if you feel an uneasy sense of lack of balance, then you can take 1 foot distance between your feet. Like so. And staying at the top of your mat, interlocking the fingers, moving the fingers around, moving the wrists around. And bringing the arms to the sides. Really grip the ground. You want to make your pelvis neutral. You want to make your heart neutral. You want to keep your shoulders wide open, neck loose, and arms by your sides. And on the inhale from the sides, raise your arms up. As you come up on your toes, interlock your fingers and stretch your palms up towards the sky. On the exhale, guide your arms down, pull your hips back and hang your head in a forward fold. You don't have to keep your knees straight. You can keep your knees bent and continue to explore the movement. We want to do this 2 more times. And inhale, raise the arms up from the sides. Interlock the fingers and stretch, coming up on your toes. Exhale, dive down and hang your head. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Stretch your arms up. And exhale, dive down and hang your head. You don't want to straighten the knees, you want to lift the hips up. Push the ground away with the feet. Palms placed in front of the feet. You want to stretch your right hand up and bring it back down. Stretching the left hand up and back down. And now stepping in place, lifting the right heel and left heel. Just making some space in the hips, in the back body. And coming onto the right toes, stretching your right arm up. Slowly bringing the arm down. Shifting the weight, lifting the left heel off the ground. Stretch your left arm up towards the sky. Slowly come back down. Do that 2 more times at your own pace. Explore that space. And coming back down, hang your head. Take a deep breath in and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale from the sides, raise your arms up. And exhale, come back to center. And from here, you want to step your left leg back. 3 feet distance between the feet. You want to really ground yourself here, knees might grow bent. And stepping the right foot out to the right. Bend at the knee and sink low. Raise your arms from the ground up into a warrior 2. Head over shoulders, over hips. Tailbone tucked down and pushing the ground, gripping the mat between the feet. Gaze fixed at the right middle finger. Breathe, strong foundation. Turn your palms up and down, up and down, up and down. And from here, right hand to the right hip, we're going to push the ground with the right foot and come into Trikonasana. Virabhadrasana to Trikonasana. Hands away from the ground against your calf. Continue to push the ground strongly with your right leg. Lift your heart to look up at your left hand. Feel the vibration in the body. Feel your core tremble. And from there, you're going to push into your left leg. Bend at the right knee. Coming into your Virabhadrasana 2. And step your right foot in. Same on the left, you want to move your left toes to point towards the left side. Bend at the knees. Left thigh rotated outwards, right thigh rotated inwards. Head over shoulders, over hips. Raise your arms down from the ground, up into Virabhadrasana 2. Strong foundation, hold it all at the core, pushing the ground and gripping the mat between the feet. Gaze fixed at your left middle finger. Don't forget to breathe. A warrior strong. We're all warriors, taking on one day at a time. One breath at a time. With a smile on our faces and hope in our hearts. Moving your wrists. And from there, taking your left hand to the left hip, you're going to push the ground with the left foot strongly. Lean towards the side. Right arm extending up towards the sky. Left arm against your calf. Keep a strong foundation. You're pushing the ground with both your feet, continuing to rip the mat between your soles. Extend the heart up towards the sky. Breathe long and deep. And looking down, bending at the left knee, push into the right leg, lift up into Virabhadrasana 2 and step your left foot back to center. Inhale, turn your palms up, lift your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, turn your palms down, bring them down behind your back. Interlock your fingers. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, hinge from the hip. Hinge, strong, powerful, tearing the mat between the feet. Try and take your heart, your chin, your nose towards the floor and hang your head. You want to lift your arms only as much as is possible. Shoulders pulled away from the ground. Wrists pulled up towards the sky, but heart melting down to kiss the earth. Strong foundation. Breathe, breathe. Good. Micro bending the knees slightly. You want to pull your arms up. Strong controlled movements. Release your arms to bring them to the sides. Like a fan. And you're going to turn your right foot out. Sharply pivot on your left toes. And strong, slow, gentle movement as you push your left knee into the ground. Flip your toe out. Sink low to ASANA. Bring your arms in front and tear the air away to come into cactus arms. Lift your heart up towards the sky. Push the sky away from your head. And go into as deep back bend as you can. Breathe, breathe. Pushing the ground with the right leg, strong foundation. Exhale, lean, push the ground away with your right leg. Pull your hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Hang your head. Breathe. And shifting the weight forward once again. Hands to the knees. You want to press into the knees to lift high. Rise tall. Spine long. And tucking the left toes into the floor. You're going to lift without the hands. Push the ground with the feet to come into a high lunge. And from there, drop your left heel down. Come into a wide-legged stance in the center. Same on the other side. Let's do this. Step your left foot out. You're going to bring your arms out like a fan. And pivot strongly on your right toes. And push, controlled movements. Bring your knee to kiss the floor. Left toes pointed out. Right. Sorry. And from there, extend your arms up and tear the air to bring your arms into cactus. Heart open. Lean back as much as you can. Slow, deep breaths. Raise the roof. Whoop, whoop. And exhale. Pull it down. Hinge your hips towards the back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Hang your head. Feel the stretch in the whole back of the leg. Come into full body awareness. Pushing the ground with the right knee, come back into Anjaneyasana. Bring your arms to your left knee and push the knee away. Rise high. And tucking the right toes in without using your arms. You want to push the ground away to come into a high lunge. And flip back to center. Turning your heels in. 3 feet distance, goddess pose. Sink low. Bounce. Push the ground with the feet. This movement comes from pushing the ground with the feet. And hop back. Awesome. Sit down. Coming to Balasana. Child's pose. Hips on the heels. Walk your hands out. And sink your elbows down. Exhale, sink your heart down onto the thighs. Melt your shoulders towards the ground. Hang your head. Connecting with the breath. Notice what's happening in the body. On the next inhale, lifting the head up. Palms strongly gripping the ground. Take your hands as far ahead as you can. Push the ground away with the legs until your shoulders come over the wrists. Tuck your toes down. And pull the core up to come into plank. Armpits closed. Strong plank. Push the ground away with the hands. Push the ground away with the toes. And try and squeeze the mat between the palms and the toes. Breathe. Gaze fixed between the palms. Neck long, loose and free. Shoulders drawn back. Hold it. Pull it up. Core lifting, high plank. And from there, slowly bring your knees down to the ground. And you're going to keep your toes pointing out. Pull the hips over the knees. Step your hands out, one step. And hang your head towards the ground. Uttana Shishosana. Puppy pose. Trying to tear the mat between the hands and the knees. Armpits remain closed. Core drawing up towards the sky. Slow deep breaths. And from there, inhale, head up. You're going to rotate your elbows up and bring the elbows to kiss the ground. Keep your foundation strong, shoulder width apart, elbows and hands. Shift your shoulders forward. Engage the core. And you're going to step your legs back to come into a forearm plank. Pulling the belly off the ground. Imagine there is a small wood fire, a campfire, a bonfire below your belly. And you're trying to keep your belly away from it. Good. And dropping on to the right side. Slowly lifting your left arm up to come into a side plank. Strong and firm. Breathe. You can look up at the hand or you can look forward. Whatever works for you. Core engaged. Slowly bringing the arm down. Shift your core over to the center. And dropping your hips, your legs to the left. Reaching your right arm up towards the sky. Pushing the ground with the left forearm. Side plank. Choose what you want to do with your neck. Breathe. Feel your core shaking. And bring your right arm down to the ground. Sink your belly to the floor. Point your toes out. Lift your heart up. Shoulders over the elbows. Coming into Sphinx pose. You can hold your hands here if you like. And breathe. Chin gently tucked to the back of the head. Neck long and loose. Slowly turning your head from side to side. Free all tension. Good. Now from here you can either choose to go back into a forearm plank or you can bend the knees, pull the hips, tuck the toes down and lift up into dolphin. It doesn't matter whether your legs are straight or not. Keep your knees bent. Bring your thighs to kiss your chest. But shoulders remain wide open. Breathe into your back body. Breathe something good. Inhale in peace. And exhaling fear. Fear of the future. There's no need to fear the future. There's no need to fear the self or the mind. These are our friends. Stay strong on the ground here. And slowly bring the knees down. Pull your hips back. And child's pose. Good. Lifting the head up. Dragging the hands towards the body. We're going to stretch the legs out in front of us. A little bit of distance between the feet. Knees slightly bent. You can keep your toes down or you can keep your toes lifted, whatever works for you. I'm going to show this to you from the side. We're going to practice a little bit of Navasana or boat pose to really come into the core here. Extend your arms up in front of you. Keep your legs as in how you need. Lengthen through the spine and begin to pulse. Pulling the core back. And hold the core back here for 5 deep breaths. You can stay here. You can come up. You can stretch your legs up towards the sky. Slow breaths. Smile at your toes. They take you places. And slowly Stretching the legs out in front of you again. Left knee bent, foot away from the knee by a hand. Inhale, you reach your arms up, lean back with the core. Exhale, twist to the left and hug the left knee into the right shoulder. Left arm on the floor, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Breathe into your hips. Inhale all the way down into the lower abdomen. Eyes looking over the left shoulder. And inhale, extending the arms up. Lean back, straighten the left leg, bend at the right knee. Continue to lean, hold from the core. And extend the arms up. Twist your upper body to the right. And hug the right knee into your left shoulder. Left foot strong, engaged. Toes reaching for the sky. Push the ground away with the right hand. Deepen your twist as you look over your right shoulder. Breathe into your lower abdomen. Breathe into your lower back. And release all the emotions that have been causing you distress. And inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your arms down, straightening the right leg. And once again, reaching up. And exhale, fold forward to wherever your hands reach. Your feet, your toes, your ankles, your shins. Keep the spine long. And you want to stay and breathe strong. And reaching your arms straight out as though someone's pulling your wrists towards your ankles. Slowly begin to draw your spine back. Strong, controlled movements as you bring your spine onto the ground. Move your hair out of the way. Holding the outer edges of the mat, take your hands further down towards your knees and try and grip the mat between the feet. Grip the mat between the hands as you bring your feet close to the hips, knees pointing up towards the sky. On the next inhale, push the ground strongly with your feet as your hips come up into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Push the ground further with the feet and continue to rip the mat between the hands. Feel the lengthening of the back body. Here, if you like and if you can take your hands to the sides of your ears and strongly pushing the earth away with your palms and the feet. Come into Urdhva Dhanurasana or wheel. Breathe into your lower abdomen, pushing the ground with your feet strongly. And supporting the back of the head, lifting it up. Bend at the elbows and allow the back of the head to kiss the earth. Allow the rest of the spine to slowly come down. Hands reach back down onto the mat, gripping the mat between the hands. Lift your legs up to come into shoulder stand. If you find shoulder stand difficult, then you can just stay here with your legs up in an L shape. For those of you who can, coming into the shoulder stand, gaze fixed at your toes. Supporting your back with your hands. If you like, in slow, controlled movements, bring the tops of your feet to touch the ground. You can support your back here with your hands, or you can interlock your fingers behind your back, pulling the arms away from the shoulders. Try and walk your feet away from the head. And breathe into the lower abdomen. Try not to move your neck from side to side here. And slowly releasing the hands. You want to continue to rip the mat between the palms as you bring your back down. One vertebra at a time. Slow, slow, slow. Mindful. Slow. Pushing the heels away from the hips and bringing them down to the count. Lovely. Keeping your hands pressing the ground away. Lift your elbows and extend your heart up towards the sky. Placing the top of the head on the ground. Point your toes out, Matsyasana. Push the ground with the forearms. Arch your back as much as you can. And look at the third eye, the space between the eyebrows. And from there, slowly lifting the head up. Bring your back onto the ground once again. Getting comfortable now. Move the hair out of the way. And bring your feet close to the hips. Feet together, knees together. You want to bring your soles together and peel your thighs away from each other to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Keep your feet in Namaste. You can bring your hands to your hips, to your inner thighs, or you can choose to place your right hand on the abdomen, left hand on the heart, elbows relaxed. And feel the wave-like motion of the belly with every inhale and every exhale. With each breath, simply surrendering the whole body into the earth. Allowing the head to sink to the floor, the heart and the belly to meld onto the mat. And slowly, with the support of your hands, bring your thighs back together. And on the next exhale, pull your thighs into the belly and hug your knees into the chest. Shoulders pressed into the ground. On the next exhale, taking your forehead between the knees. Give yourself a nice, tight, loving squeeze. And from there, peel your hands away from the body. Dropping them to the ground. Straighten your legs out into Shavasana. Feet 2 feet away from each other. Arms away from your hips. Palms facing upwards. And taking the biggest breath you've taken all day. Exhaling, gently close your eyes. And begin to relax. back of the head cradled by the Mother Earth. Allowing the shoulders to melt to the ground. The belly, the hips, the thighs, the calves, relaxing the backs of the arms. Front of the arms, the backs of the legs, the front of the legs, relaxing the whole body. With each exhale, surrendering to the earth. Surrendering all thoughts, all the emotions, all the troubles and worries. Allowing them to melt away from the body, sink into the earth. Just letting go. It is safe to let go. It is safe to feel. And in this moment, it's okay for you to just be. Begin to make slow movements in your fingers, in your toes, moving your head from side to side. And on the next breath, take the deepest inhale you've taken all day. And stretch your body up, raising the arms up over your head, pointing the toes out, giving full length to the body. And whenever you're ready, slowly coming into a sitting posture, however you are comfortable. In Sukhasana, in Ardha Siddhasana, scooping the hips out on both sides, bringing Bringing the hands to the knees. Sitting tall. We're going to do this 3 times. Take a deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth with a sigh. Breathe in. One more time. Breathe in. And we're going to be practicing Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Be sure to scoop your hips out on both sides or sit on a cushion if you find it uncomfortable here. With your hands, you're going to curl the index and the middle finger to the base of the thumb. Thumb to the right nostril, ring a little to the left. We're going to practice alternate nostril breathing. Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Closing the right nostril from the left. Inhale. Close the left from the right. Exhale. Right inhale. Left exhale. Continue for 2 more minutes. Alternate nostril breathing. Full inhales, complete exhales. Notice the movement of the breath. Keeping the abdomen soft, shoulders soft, and spine tall. Finish with the next exhale on the left. Gently lowering the right arm down. Taking a moment to notice the effects of the Nadi Shodhan Pranayama on the body and the mind. Gently opening your eyes. We will finish today's practice with Yoni Mudra and Brahmari Pranayama. You're going to turn your palms facing up, interlock your fingers, and you're going to wrap the middle ring and little finger, gently pressing the index finger and the thumb. Taking the hands to the hips. With the eyes closed, we will inhale deeply, and on the exhale, Keep the lips closed and make a humming sound like a bee. We will do this 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. Center yourself. And inhale. Gently releasing your hands, rub your palms together. Warm